Did President Trump just hand legal immunity to pesticide companies?
The Republicans in Congress are working very hard right now to give immunity to chemical manufacturers, to provide them with this shield so that when we get sick from their chemicals, we will not be able to sue. It is the most enormous slap in the face to MAHA and all that we've worked towards. Lee Zeldin, the supposed MAHA appointee of the EPA, he's the biggest protector of these toxins.
Is it true that the Democrats all voted against this and the Republicans voted for it?
That's right. These congresspeople knew that the pressure was going to be so big that they made sure that their votes were secret.
I don't even know what to say.
If they think that we are not paying attention and that we aren't going to hold them accountable for these acts that are completely against the reason why we even voted for all of these people in the first place, then they're mistaken.
What does glyphosate actually do to the soil? Are we losing essential minerals before food even hits the grocery store?
The reason why Americans are so nutrient deficient really has a lot to do with glyphosate. It binds to the minerals and makes them bio-unavailable to our crops.
Is organic worth buying anymore now that a peel has been approved to be used?
Could not be a more important time to get on the phone and be calling offices. This is going to need to come from the Republican base because otherwise it's going to pass.
It seems like the fight against big ag is going to end up being the fight of our lifetime. Did President Trump just hand legal immunity to pesticide companies?
The Republicans in Congress are working very hard right now to give immunity to chemical manufacturers, to provide them with this shield so that when we get sick from their chemicals, we will not be able to sue. It is the most manufacturers to provide them with this shield so that when we get sick from their chemicals, we will not be able to sue. It is the most...
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakwidash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, their Ruel, and peace and citations to the elect of the true nation of Israel, Yasharallah. Quick lesson, man. You seen the TikTok. Yeah, man, these Republicans, starting with Trump, they're trying to pass bills, legal immunity to pesticide companies like Roundup, man. All right. And for decades, Esau Edom, the so-called white man who runs the world, all right, it's obvious as day, it's obvious as the sky being blue, all right, that Esau, the so-called white man, rules the world, okay? And what he's been doing is putting pesticides, all right, and harmful chemicals and spraying them on our crops and foods, all right? He says, oh, because of the pests, the insects that eat those crops. Hey, that's half of the story. The other half is to destroy us everyday people, specifically Jake, us so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, the poor, us Israelites, okay? That's why there's pesticides in and on our food, And there's something called shellac. All right, shellac is beetle, or it's a type of beetle or bug that these they use. They crush them up. I think they crush their poop up or something like that, and it becomes like a waxy substance, and they spray it. They put it on our foods, all right, to preserve the outer layer of the food, to make it look nicer and shiny, Sometimes they use wax chemicals to do the same thing, that and Roundup and these companies, these pesticide companies, man. The side effects is bad, man. Gives you cancer, all right, all types of stuff, man. Just do your research. Go down that rabbit hole, man. All right. And Roundup and Monsanto, which is actually the GMO company, man. All right. Roundup and these pesticide companies are getting a whole bunch of lawsuits, and they've been getting lawsuits and and whatnot, for the side effects and the cancer and people being hospitalized and whatnot for ingesting these things, because there's pesticides on all of our foods, man. Or even some of the organic foods, man, are getting pesticides, or the pesticides, They're in our runoff water. You know, we drink them. I don't even drink tap water, man. I'm scared to drink tap water nowadays, man. You know, only if I really, really, really have to, man. Which I don't. I could wait. I'll drink juice. You know, nowadays I'd rather drink juice, you know, than drink even bottled water. You know. And if I drink water, man, it's it's this one brand called it's a Hawaiian brand. It's not Fiji water, but it comes from Hawaii, you know. And it's artesian water, man. You know, that's the only water I drink. You know, I don't drink no tap water. You know, I brush my teeth, but I make sure I don't swallow. You know, how do you say it? Like sometimes I rinse my mouth, but I never swallow that water, man. Not even on accident. You know, because who knows what's in the tap water? And there's added chemicals, forever chemicals in the water too, man. The tap water, you know. But yeah, man, this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, because only a fucking devil would do this. Give legal immunity to pesticide companies. Oh, they're just pesticides, you know. You know, some people don't want bugs around their house. Some people, you know, these companies they deal with pests like grasshoppers and invasive species of insects that eat our crops. You don't want to deal with that, man. We're in the civilized 21st century. Hey, man, we need pesticides so we don't have to live in the ancient days, hundreds of years ago, where like grasshoppers and pests, you know, invasive species of insects would eat our crops, man, and you know, we're out of food, you know. But these pesticides are worse. They give you cancer. All right. They mess you up. Okay, that's why you people, you know, have these random ass health issues, man. You know. Anytime I get like a random ass health issue, you know, sick, or I get, you know, something on my face or blots or a pimple or something, or I just feel weird, I blame it on the food. I blame it on pesticides or something that I eat. You know, I never blame it on anything external, man. Or I'm just getting old. Nah, man. People used to live to multiple hundreds of years, not just 100 years, but people used to live over 100 years easy back in the days, man. Ancient days, hundreds and thousands of years ago. People used to live way past their hundreds. You know, multiple hundreds, 200, 300, 400 years ago, man. Methuselah lived to almost 1,000 years, man. You know, because the earth didn't have pesticides sprayed everywhere, man. You know, the earth was given its full strength. All right, the land Sabbath was just common knowledge back in that day, man. You know, the earth wasn't tilled. The ground wasn't tilled every day, all year round by these farmers and whatnot. You know, the minerals and vitamins in the ground and in the food and the air wasn't polluted, and the earth was full back in the day, man. In the ancient days, thousands of years ago. You know, people didn't have to deal with, you know, this fucking devil, man, in rulership. All right. Donald Trump just hand, all right, legal immunity to pesticide companies, man. Only a devil would do that, man. We have to worry about that in these days, man. Proverbs 4:16. All right, and this devil does this, all right, to keep our people, us Israelites, down, low, sick, all right, always going to the hospital, all right, going to him, all right, which makes us even sicker for longer, all right, because these hospitals just treat, all right, they don't cure nothing, they just treat the symptoms, man, and with those treating those symptoms gives you more symptoms, it gives you more sicknesses with these chemical petroleum-based medicines, you know, which gives you more problems, which brings you back to the hospital, because all these medicines give you side effects, all right, and you have to take a pill for that side effect, and here's a new side effect, and you have to take a pill for that side effect, you know, It's ongoing and ongoing. Money drained, taken out of your pocket, man. Payments, all right? Like the scriptures say, we're yet this day subject to payments. Okay. Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not, except Proverbs 4:15. This is, let's start at Proverbs 4:13. It says, take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life. Talking about the wisdom, all right, wisdom of the Bible, man. All right. Verse 14, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of the evil men. All right. Esau. All right. The elite, the ways of this world, which is run by who? The rulers of this world. And who are the rulers of the world? The elites of the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, if you want to believe it or not. And go not into the way of the evil man. Verse 15, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Okay. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Okay. Verse 17, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay. All right. So it's in the spirit of this devil, of the so-called white man. All right. Because he's not white. He's so-called. He's transparent skin. He's lacking melanin. Okay. When they get pissed or embarrassed, all right, their blood shows because they lack melanin. Okay. And what do these people do, man? All right. They cause mischief to happen. They cause some to fall. They can't sleep. It's in their spirit to do things like this. All right. It's just in them to be wicked. All right. All right. Because only a devil would do this. All right. We all know what these pesticides do and what they're for. All right. All right. This isn't for you people who are ignorant and dumb, or you old wine bottle jakes who don't know nothing, man. All right, if you don't get what this is, man, get out of here, man. If you know what I mean. If you're not up to date about these pesticides and what they do to you and why they're sprayed and all around us, man, it's to keep us sick, okay? Keep us down and to kill us in this, if this world stays like this, it's only going to get worse and worse until everybody eventually dies. Like the scriptures say, the Lord is shortening the days for the elect's sake. All right, let's get that. Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And this devil, all right, who runs the world, is going to destroy the whole world, man, if the Lord doesn't return and speed up time and return and put this devil down, all right, the rulers of this world down, and destroy these people, man, and put them under our feet as slaves in the kingdom of heaven. It's a good thing for these heathens, all right, these people to be our slaves. And it's going to happen not now, but when the Lord returns. Okay? All right. Yeah, vocab. When the Lord returns. So you are going to yes, we are. We will enslave you, you white people, and you heathens, you Edomites. All right? So you guys hate white people? No, we hate Edomites. And most Edomites look like white people. Some white people are not Edomites, but most of y'all are Edomites, okay? Wrap your head around that, okay? But hey, it's a good thing that they all are going into slavery, all right? And us blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the majority of Israel, all right? Us Israelites will be rulers of this world and be immortals, all right? Ruling the whole world under the laws and commandments of the Lord, which will bring life back on earth, all right? Which will cleanse the earth, and the earth will go back to being a paradise as it should be. This world is hell. This earth is polluted. It's desolate, all right? Except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, because this devil's going to destroy the whole world, man. Even his own self in it, okay? All right, he's not going to stop spraying pesticides, man, all right? He's trying to make these companies give them legal immunity, man, all right? Zechariah 1:15, and I'm very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, all right? They're at ease, man, passing crazy laws like this, man, all right? Polluting the whole earth. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. All right, these heathens, these devils are going overboard with the rulership that the Lord put them over us. All right, because the Lord put these heathens over the earth, over us, ruling over us because of our disobedience against Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. That's why when he returns, he's going to save us Israelites, because we need to be saved from these devils. All right. Salvation is not for these Edomites, these devils, man. All right. They don't need saving. All right. They need to be destroyed and to be put in chains, man, which will happen if you like it or not. Okay. And they're forwarding the affliction that the Lord allowed them to put upon us. They're going overboard with it. All right. Isaiah 3:12. For as for my people, children are their oppressors. All right. And women rule over them. My people, which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Okay. They cause us to err. All right. With having, this world ran by laws contrary to the laws of the Lord. All right, putting pesticides in our food cause us to be destroyed in our paths. This is one of them, man. This is one of the ways that this devil, Esau Edom, all right, afflicts our people, man. All right. We're gonna Israel shall be we shall eat our defiled bread. Let me get it. Salakia. Defiled bread among heathen. Salakia. Ezekiel, why does it say that? Chapter 04. I don't know why it says 04. It says Ezekiel 4:13. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread. All right, defiled food. All right, bread symbolizes food. Okay, among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And the Lord driven us all the way to the Americas. All right, we all used to live in peace in the Levant, the land of Israel, in the Holy Land. Okay, but we went through captivity, and after captivity, and now the Lord drove us, all right, all 12 tribes over here to the Americas, man. All right, and the Gentiles rule over us. And what are we doing? We're eating our defiled food, our defiled bread. All right, and one of the ways that our food is defiled is it's sprayed profusely with chemicals and pesticides, man. All right, and another thing, most of our foods are genetically modified, GMO. All right, you have to pay extra money to have food that's not genetically modified. You have to pay extra money for foods that are not sprayed with pesticides here in America. It costs more to eat healthier, but it's cheaper to have these added pesticides and your food to be genetically modified. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that fucking crazy, man? And that's the truth, if you want to believe it or not. All right? This devil literally puts more work. He puts in work to genetically modify your food, all right? And to spray and to add chemicals on your food, all right? Which makes that food cheaper. He set up a system where he tampers with the food. He puts work. He does evil work, man, literally, all right? He does work, all right? And while he does work to give you food, all right, it's cheaper, you know? Ain't that crazy? Instead of just giving you normal food, all right, but that's more expensive. Ain't that crazy? Isn't it cheaper? Shouldn't it be cheaper to just, isn't doing things with less steps? Shouldn't that be cheaper? But nah, this devil literally set up a system. All right, he pays scientists, okay? People literally get paid salaries, man. All right? Just to genetically modify your food, to go to school in these universities and whatnot, these labs, to tamper with your food, with our food. All right? These added ingredients, these added preservatives and GMOs, how to genetically modify different foods now, you know what pesticides, coming up with these pesticides. People literally got paid to do this. All right. In doing so, that food is somehow cheaper. Ain't that crazy? This devil, this system, this world is ran, all right, ruled by wickedness. All right, he set up a system. All these hundreds and hundreds of years, this devil has set up a system. All right. For it to be cheaper to eat modified foods, okay? Or wickedness is easy. It's easy to do wickedness, but it's hard to do righteousness. 1044, call all Yabashim Yashai. All right. One more precept. I'm going to break this down. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors. All right. And only a child will do something like this. A bad kid, all right? They have fun doing bad, mischievous things, all right? Kids, they're full of mischief and folly, like the scriptures say. Follies, rules the minds of a kid, roughly paraphrasing, from the minds of a child, That's why they need their parents to teach them the right way, And these Edomites have that children mischievous spirit upon them, man. Some of them not as much as others, but eventually, it'll show. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 12:10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Oh, I know some cool Edomites. All right, hey, you'll get an Edomite that's cool. He or she's nice, speaks nice. But eventually, if you hang around them too much or get too close to them, all right, eventually, they'll show their wickedness. Their rust will show. Okay, rust eventually shows, man. All right. Like shoot. For instance, let's use when the Europeans came over here to the Americas. All right, they were peaceful. They came peacefully. All right, making treaties and peace deals with the indigenous people, which are Israelites. All right, of the Americas, North America, Central America, South America. Okay, he made peace deals and treaties with them. But what happened? All right. This devil broke the white man, the pilgrims, the Europeans, whatever you want to fucking call them. They broke every single peace deal and treaty with our people. And now look, he runs the world. He rules us. All right. He rules all of us. All right. So yeah, man. This is only